Rain was over. The sun was turning the glistening green world into a palace of gems. Calixte, on the gallery, watched Alcée ride away. He turned and smiled at her with a beaming face, and she lifted her pretty chin in the air and laughed aloud. 3. Bobino and Bibi, trudging home, stopped without at the cistern to make themselves presentable.
"My Bibi, what will your mamma say? You ought to be ashamed. You oughtn't put on those good pants. Look at them. And what mud on your collar. How you got that mud on your collar, Bibi? I never saw such a boy."
Bibi was the picture of pathetic resignation. Bobino was the embodiment of serious solicitude, as he strove to remove from his own person and his son's the signs of their tramp over heavy roads and through wet fields. He scraped the mud off Bibi's bare legs and feet with a stick, and carefully removed all traces from his heavy brogans. Then, prepared for the worst, the meeting with an over-scrupulous wife, they entered cautiously at the back door. Calixte was preparing supper. She had set the table and was dripping coffee at the hearth. She sprang up as they came in.
"Oh, Bobino, you back! My, I was uneasy. Where you been during the rain? And Bibi? He ain't wet? He ain't hurt?"
She had clasped Bibi and was kissing him effusively. Bobino's explanations and apologies, which he had been composing all along the way, died on his lips as Calixte felt him to see if he were dry, and seemed to express nothing but satisfaction at their safe return.
"I brought you some shrimps, Calixte,"
offered Bobino, hauling the can from his ample side pocket and laying it on the table.
"Shrimps, oh, Bobino, you to go for anything."
And she gave him a smacking kiss on the cheek that resounded.
"Je vous réponds, we have a feast tonight." Oh.
Bobino and Bibi began to relax and enjoy themselves, and when the three seated themselves at table, they laughed much and so loud that anyone might have heard them as far away as La Valliere's. 4. Alcée La Valliere wrote to his wife Clarice that night. It was a loving letter, full of tender solicitude. He told her not to hurry back, but if she and the babies liked it at Biloxi, to stay a month longer. He was getting on nicely, and though he missed them, he was willing to bear the separation a while longer, realizing that their health and pleasure were the first things to be considered. 5. As for Clarice, she was charmed upon receiving her husband's letter. She and the babies were doing well. The society was agreeable. Many of her old friends and acquaintances were at the bay, and the first free breath since her marriage seemed to restore the pleasant liberty of her maiden days. Devoted as she was to her husband, their intimate conjugal life was something which she was more than willing to forego for a while. So the storm passed, and everyone was happy. End of The Storm by Kate Chopin. This recording is in the public domain. Read for LibriVox.org by Alan Davis Drake.